Hello, everyone. Welcome to Body of Christ Real Talk Super Saturday, February 25th. Welcome to the show. Now, let me continue and piggyback what I left off on on my last podcast. What beverages? I was going to tell you a story about my last Diet Pepsi. I would not be drinking Diet Pepsi again. I'm going to tell you why. And this is not the full picture, but when I got through eating, I ate some eggs and I ate some ground beef. You know, my 73-27, 73 lean, and 27% fat ground beef, which I prefer more, that much of fat for me because I believe in consuming fat, and I put butter in it. I eat my butter. And at work, majority of my eating is at work because I only eat twice a day. And before that, I had only 4 eggs because I get full fast now. That's the amazing thing on this diet, but I don't have to talk about that now. That's going to be a later breakdown of what's going on with my diet. I have a story. But anyway, I said I want to belch. So I drank a Pepsi the day before, 2 days in a row, which is not good for me. I don't think it's good, because I'm trying to get away from that Diet Pepsi. Sometimes you could be so stuck on what you drink, you could feel a guilt trip. So I done it anyway. I bought a Diet Pepsi. And I was feeling fine. But when I drank the Diet Pepsi, I didn't drink all of it because I said I'm going to slow down. I'm going to try to sip through it because I don't want to get hooked on drinking sodas. And I never drunk a lot of sodas anyway, so I don't. I just want a good belch. And I'd like to taste it a little bit. I wanted a good belch. And I know some of the things in the Diet Pepsi is not good, but I know it's not going to hurt me because it ain't like I'm consuming it or live off of it like a lot of people have packs, 6 packs and 12 packs and 20 packs and stuff. I'm not into it like that. Well, anyway, I drank that Pepsi, but a little while later, man, my stomach started hurting and I got bloated and I pooped. But before that, I had a constipation problem for a few days. And this is my opinion. I'm not sure. But I believe by experience, when you just start experimenting, like I said before, I get the more constipated when I eat a lot of cheese. So I did go back eating the cheese and cheddar cheese, string cheddar cheese. But I noticed when I eat the cheese, I seem to get constipated, not because I love cheese. So I got constipated and I threw out some bricks, bro. And I hate to be gross like that, but we real. Come on, I'm sure all adults hopefully that listens to this show. But I'm just being real. I threw out some bricks and it hurted when you're constipated like that, because sometimes you do get constipated on this diet. And there is a reason. It's a lack of something or not enough of something. Or it's a lack of something or too much of something. Usually is the problem. Well, I didn't know which one it was, so I assumed that it was the cheese because it loosened up after I stopped the cheese. That's amazing what you learned about your body. But this is just my assumption. I didn't go to the doctor to check that out, but I did go to YouTube and blah, 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 because that's where I get a lot of my good health information from. But anyway, it loosened up after I drank that Diet Pepsi, but I had a bad stomach ache and I got bloated, man. I feel I picked up 2 to 3 pounds or more, just drinking that Diet Pepsi. And then, of course, a lot of things that happens to my body, I always look it up and I find reasons why. That's what I'm just much health conscious now. I'm not extreme, but I am health conscious about my body now because I want to be in good health. I'm 59 going on 60, Lord's willing, in June. And so my body was, it affected my stomach and everything, because I'm really trying to do this carnivore diet, the best way that I'm doing. And I'm not looking at everybody else. I'm not 100% full in carnivore animal, so I'm doing the all meat, So I threw the Coke away because I started looking at different studies and stuff the Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, that was my last bottle. To make a long story short, because time restraints, I threw that Diet Pepsi away. But digress back to what do I drink? What I drink now, and my stool is better now. Also, I've constipated so bad, my anal started bleeding. I had blood on my tissue, on my toilet paper. And I didn't get as nervous because I had that before. Usually it's because of constipation or maybe hemorrhoids. So I didn't get, that cancer freak out thing come to your mind. But I noticed it was a real bright red. It wasn't a dark red or a dark, black red, but it was a bright red. So I didn't panic too much. But of course I went back and I done my little YouTube search and everything like that. And it comes to 2 things, which is very common in constipation or whatever, hemorrhoids or whatever like that. When you strain, you usually chip a skin or something like that, and you might bleed. So I got over that blue, and it went away. I haven't had the bleeding since, so I know I had to do a constipation or something like that because of the bricks I was throwing out there, strangling. Well, anyway, back to the beverages, and let's get off the gross stuff. The beverages that I usually consume now that most carnivores would not do, remember, carnivores is usually water and a little bit of this. Now, I'm more of a ketovore, which means I eat carnivore, which is all meat, excluding the mustard I put in it, which has no carbs in it. I would be considered a ketovore when they get into these names, all these crazy names. A ketovore, I say a ketovore for me when it comes to beverages. That means I add sugar-free beverages and I still add sweeteners, which most carnivores will not do. So you can call that somewhat of a ketovore. I'm a carnivore in meats, but I'm more of a keto in beverages. That's me. So you can say I'm not 100% full carnivore. That's what the carnivore police will say. You see what I'm saying? So you got to pick your own poison. Not poison as a killer you, but what's good for your body, what works for your body. As long as you're losing weight, whether fast or slowly. Stalls is a whole new different story. Then you got to eliminate something, or you have to just add a little exercise with it and walking. It works for me. But anyway, the beverages that I drink, consume, and is tea, and it has to be sweet with stevia or Splenda, which I'm finna talk about the Splenda. I'm giving up Splenda now, and I'm gonna try something else. I can't even pronounce the name, the extra throttle wall or whatever. I'm gonna try that because it's supposed to be even more better than stevia to a sense. It depends how you use it. But anyway, I'm gonna give up on the Splenda because I didn't know Splenda had added real sugar in it. I just heard that, and I don't want no sugar, period. So I'm gonna get rid of Splenda, even though I like Splenda. But the beverages I've been using is Splenda beverages or stevia beverages. I don't have to go any further. There's no sugar, whatever like that. So Splenda is known as an artificial sweetener. Stevia is known as a plant sweetener. It's not considered artificial, but they're still not food. Either one of them is considered food. I learned this from YouTube too. It's not considered food. This doctor really broke it down. But that's what I do. I drink sweet tea. My teas, and I have to learn this, preferences is cinnamon tea, chamomile tea, if I'm pronouncing it right, ginger tea, and green tea. And I'm trying another one, which I'll probably try it today, Lord's willing. It's called hibiscus tea that has a lot of benefits. So all the teas that I'm drinking, besides not too much lifted up on cinnamon, are beneficial teas. The tea that I'm consuming now is called the green tea, probiotic green tea. How that's going to work, I have no idea, but I still put my sweetener up in there. I do not like it straight, bro. I'm just letting you know. I don't like straight tea and without a sweetener. Now, my other issues. So those are the beverages I use, FAS beverages. Now, I'm finna exchange when I want to burp. And this is something I'm not going to consume every day. I want to exchange my Diet Pepsi that I drink every once in a while for this soda called, Zivia. Why is it called Zivia? Because Zivia is just the rhyme name for stevia because it's sweetened with stevia. That's the only reason. I'm going to try this Zivia once in a while when I want to get a good belch and stuff like that, when I eat the heavy fats and stuff like that, which the teas will not do, or which my water with electrolytes will not do. You need that belch, so I do myself. Everybody else may not, but me. So you got to pick the ones that's good for your body, that's okay with your body. So those are beverages that I'm consuming now besides water. Water, teas, and I'm going to go back to certain coffees, whether the keto coffee or whatever, but I cannot use the creams no more. The sweetener that I was using, even the sugar-free, because there's some type of lactose or something there that tears my stomach up. So I had to find some type of alternative, either the best bulletproof or whatever type of coffee, because I like that taste. But it's nothing I need. See, none of these things I really need. I can drink water by itself, but I still like a sweet taste. You could say, therefore, I'm still addicted to a sweet taste. Not sugar. Not bad sugar, but I'm addicted to a sweet taste. I still like a sweetness and a taste. So I'm not full in on it, and I don't have to be, and you don't have to be. As long as it's not raising your insulin level, which is very, very important when you're on a no-carb or a low-carb diet. If it's raising your insulin level, you stay away from it. But if it's not, you can go ahead and consume it moderately, though. moderately. That's any of these sweeteners. So that's the way I look at it. See, I'm a keto when it comes to that. I'm keto on sugar-free, which a carnivore. I'm carnivore all meat. Because I'm going to stick with the meat, and I'll eat no vegetables and nothing else. But when it comes to beverages and liquids, yes, some people might call it cheat. I don't call it cheat. I call it still healthy, but what's tolerable for my body. See, I don't let the low carb or no carb carnivore police dictate how I do my body, because it's for them. Some of these people are perfect. And some of them probably haven't really been that fat before. So they come in there with their shirts off, the men showing their muscles, and you don't have to do all that. I don't like all that. You're showing off, man. And you misleading people to think that they can be like that. Most people cannot. I don't care how much weight they lose. It depends on your bone structure and your definition of how you work out. Don't mislead people to think that they can be like that. Unless they really want to try to be like that, they can. But everybody don't, man. You don't need to have your shirt on. And woman, you don't need to be walking around with a bikini on, because you have people with kind of weak in the flesh, especially if you are a believer. Don't need to see you in your bikini. Even though you might have a nice figure and lost a lot of weight, you don't need to prove it by putting a bikini on, showing your skin. That's just my opinion. But let's get off that. I don't like all that stuff, because you're misleading people. That body might not even be yours, because all the fake stuff they got out there. Well, anyway, I know I got off track. That's what I consume with beverages and stuff like that. That's what I consume and my diet. So I would say I'm on an all meat diet, but some people might look at my diet, the police out there, the experts out there say, no, you more ketovore or whatever like that. You can call it what you want, but this is what I do. And this works for me. I'm still in the experiment going on 9 months, on this type of lifestyle eating, because I am making it out of a lifestyle type of eating. How long now I'm going to stay on the all meat diet? I'm going to talk about that in the next clip, the next episode, because I'm at least going to give this a year. The all meat diet. I'm never going back to high carbs. I'm never going back to eating bad, period, and starches and macaroni and cheese and all that stuff, period. But I will go back to some vegetables, because I'm going to tell you why. Not because I have to, not because I need it, because I can get all the nutritional values that I need just eating all meat. And that's scientifically proven. And, basically, but for me, I like certain vegetables like cabbages, and I like greens, and I like broccoli, which is good. It's not for all. So I'm not anti-vegetables like some meat eaters are. And they put vegetables down, and for good reasons, a lot of vegetables, because of the toxins and the oxidants in certain vegetables. But I'm not anti-vegetables, because God still created vegetables. Man messed it up. So you got to look at it that way. God did not create anything evil to kill us. But all plants, majority of plants is not made to eat. I believe that, but be an anti-vegetable. I'm not anti-vegetable. No, like some carnivores are. So you will consider me not a full, somewhat carnivore type of eater, because I'm not anti-vegetable. But you got a lot of people really against vegetables. But that's okay. That's on them. It helped them. But I still like cabbage. And I still like greens, and I like broccoli. So I might, after the 12 months, the Lord's willing, add those into my diet. And I don't think it's going to change nothing, because I still eat a lot of meat and I get full fast. So now fruits, if I add any fruits once in a while, it might be watermelon, because it has less sugar than any other fruit. I got to find out what the other fruits are. Some people say berries, but you have to eat it moderately. You have to be careful. Or fruits. You have to be very careful when it comes to fruits. So fruits, I don't need to eat another fruit. I don't miss fruit like that, because I didn't eat a lot of it anyway, same as vegetables. And the vegetables I did eat was the ones I just mentioned that is okay on a keto diet. See, not a carnivore. Remember, the carnivore is strictly all meat. Keto, you add some vegetables. So according to the keto experts and police, carnivore experts and police, if you add vegetables, I will continue. I'm running out of time. Sorry.